on my hand and write it down. So I will be turning off my video. Okay? So
Okay.
it's your own option if you want to turn on your video camera or not. It is on your option. But during exam, you are not allowed to turn off your camera. Okay, so we were discussing chapter 1. So this is our first lecture. So we would be sharing some, shedding some light on the, definition, some foundation of accounting, this kind of stuff. So our first chapter name is the financial statements. And our first learning objective is explain why accounting is the language of business. So our language of instruction is English. Similarly, every business has its own language, and the accounting has specialized in taking that language for the business. So marketing has its own jargon, economics has its own jargon. For the business, when two business talks, they always talk in accounting. So first of all, accounting is an information system. Why? Because it's not just about the numbers. They are giving you so much information, right? It's not about some paper and some tables or that's it. No, that is giving you so much information in a systematic form. It's in systematic manner as well. So accounting measures business activity. Our sales was 20 million last month. This month, 21 million. It means you are extracting some information, right? It means we did good in this session. Why? Because our sales are more or 1 million more than last month. Processes data into reports. It summarizes data and present it in a very nice form, which is understandable. It's a standard format. It is understandable all across the world. So if you're in China, you see the form, you can understand that. If you're in Turkey, you understand that. If you're in Africa, in Tanzania, in Algeria, in Thailand, in Indonesia, wherever you are, you can just see that form, see that report, and you can just talk about with country to country or even from business to business or from place to place as well. Okay. Third one, communicates results to decision makers. You want to expand your business, or if you want to sell to this customer or not, if you want to sell on credit or not, the numbers speaks to you, right? His credit rating is not good. He already paid us last month. After 15 days, the allowable credit line was like only for 30 days and he paid us on 45 days. We shouldn't give him on credit. We shouldn't sell him on credit, right? This kind of stuff. So all these numbers are giving you some information. So that's why when you consider all these 3 points, all this accounting is the language of the business. So here we go. This diagram, if you understand accounting, you can manage the business and you can achieve your results. So people make decisions when based on the business transaction occurred. And when business transaction occurred, how you know that? The companies generate report, the reports come to you, and on the basis of that one, you make some decisions, right? So we call this the language of the business. So any question regarding this? Why accounting is the language of the business? Any question?
No.
No. Okay. So now the question arises, who uses accounting information? So you see, everyone. individual, investors, and creditors. So those who invest money in the business, we call this investors, or those who, you know, give things, or the business give things to them on credit, we call those creditors. Or for example, business just purchased raw material and business didn't pay them later. We call those creditors. We'll talk about it. If you don't understand these terms, we will explain in our coming lectures and also in hopefully in coming slides as well. So don't worry about that. Plus, who uses information? Regulatory body as well, non-profit organization as well. Wow, this point is amazing. We'll talk about later. First one is individual. Individuals, how they use that? Because we also manage our personal bank account. And also, when you decide to rent or buy, you are using accounting information. Budget monthly income and expenditures. Who knows best than you guys? You are living in Shanghai, you have lived in Shanghai, so you know that how to make a budget and an expenditure, right? On the basis of what? The accounting information that you have. The second one, investors. Who are investors? The investors want to know how much they can earn on an investment. Why I want to buy this company share? Because I know that the share price is going to rise, or maybe the dividend the company going to give me is above my expectation, or according to my expectation, then I put my money over there. Creditors, they want to know when they are going to be paid, right? So normally, if I am making, for example, smartphone, I would be needing aluminum for 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 circuits and all those stuff. So raw material is coming from some company, and you don't pay them on the same date. You give them some time, right? So creditors, they are always worried about their payments, when whether the company is, has the ability to pay us back or not. How they know that? They see accounting information, right? So these are just not the numbers. It's a whole new world for you when we try to learn these, and it will open your mind. This is a whole new world. What does it mean? It's not just 300. This 300 is giving us so much information, right? And then regulatory bodies, for example, governments,
I have a
right?
question.
Yeah, sure.
How about the shareholder get the dividend?
How they get the dividend?
Yes.
So when you purchase the shares,
Mhm.
you already signed up your information and account number as well. So when company board of directors through their annual general meeting, they decide that, okay, we will be giving, for example, $5 a share dividend.
Mhm.
And you own, for example, 100 shares, right?
Mhm,
So
yeah.
automatically when they announce that, they announce two dates, the announce date and delivery date. On delivery date, automatically $500 come to your account.
And
And
do you have to pay for the tax for this?
not you have to pay. They already deduct like salaries. You receive
Okay.
after tax salaries. So that you will receive after tax dividend,
Okay.
right? So government also use this accounting information to employ the taxes, the regulations, also to find out any kind of penalty, right? For example, a small company who are making mobile phones, if they violate some kind of intellectual property, they would be giving 1 million yuan, for example, penalty. But if Samsung and Apple did that, they give them 1 billion yuan penalty, right? How they know that the company can afford 1 billion? Through accounting information. And also how many profit company, how many tax company has to pay. Look at the profit, and the profit, multiply by the tax rate, this kind of stuff, right? The last point, which is very interesting, is non-profit organizations. Why they use accounting information? Their purpose is not making profit. Even then they are using accounting information. Why is that? Because they need to report to the IRS or the state of the governments that they are operating in the best interest for their party. For example, if the non-profit organization is established for helping, those who cannot afford schooling, so they need to also report, they need to make reports and present to the government that, we are supporting these one. These are our expenses. These are our, sources of funds. And even if you are not taxing us, and these are our, like, whatsoever the uh, income sources and our expenses, you need to publish that to make sure that everybody knows that you are non-profit organizations, right? So what did you learn from this? We learned that everyone uses accounting information, right? Okay, now there are two kinds of accounting, and I'm teaching both. So there, number one is financial accounting, which right now we are discussing, and the other one is managerial accounting. The financial accounting, the accounting is done for decision makers outside the entity. It means we make this information, we make these statements, we make, these numbers for outside purposes, right? For example, we make income statement and we publish it, right? We make balance sheet, we publish it. We make data, right? Sorry. We report profits and we report it to our, for public on your website and also on